Hey, scrapbook friends, it's Nicole, and I'm here during Creative Memories birthday week to show you the new November products and the birthday gifts that you can get with a purchase on the website this week only. So these products were released on Monday the 1st. It is now Wednesday the 3rd, and the gifts end on Friday the 5th at noon Central Time. This is only available with a website order, not something that you can get from your advisor. Creative Memories doesn't let us purchase extras and have them to give out. This is a perk for those who order on the website by noon on Friday. So with a $75 purchase, you get this cute little shutter flower cookie cutter. This is a metal cookie cutter. Now, you may not be as excited about this as a Creative Memories advisor, because this is kind of the CM little logo. They call it the shutter flower right there in our logo. But it also would be just a flower, like a spring flower. You wouldn't have to decorate it in CM blue or anything like that. So just a fun little cookie cutter. And then you also get the thing I think I'm the most excited about, which is this 110 sketchbook, bound sketchbook. Now these ideas are mostly all things we have seen before. If you've been at an event or you participated in one of the virtual crops, you've seen some of these sketches. This is that swirl layout I was talking about at one point. I am going to do a video about this very soon. I've been gathering samples, and so hopefully by the end of the month I'll have that video for you. But they're arranged in such a smart way, and it's by the number of photos. So these first couple pages, 2 to 3 photos, and then as you get farther back in the book, it'll tell you how many pictures. So obviously, we start kind of with the single page, and then toward the back, I'm sure we're going to get to the double page, some single page. As you get to more 7, 8 photos, obviously that's going to be here in the back. These are, like I said, sketches that we've seen before. And so a lot of these were made with previous products. So for example, this was from Magic Awaits from 2020. That means that the products shown you may not be able to purchase anymore. Vitamin C is still current, Harvest Delight 2019. But the beauty of sketches is that you can use them with any product. So you almost don't even need this. This is almost a distraction. It's just the sketches here. They don't have the measurements because measurements can be very limiting. I know some people like having the measurements, but this way you can kind of make it your own. If you do want to have measurements, a tip that I heard was to take a ruler and just kind of measure on here. And this is about a 4-inch, it's a little smaller, a little bit bigger, about a 4-inch square in place of a 12-inch square. I guess I'll put it right there and you can see. So just multiply this by 3. So if you look on here and see, I can see that this picture is 2 1/4 inches. I would multiply that by 3 and get 6 3/4 or whatever. I guess that's for the mat. So if you want measurements, that's a way that you can do it. It does talk a little bit about how to use sketches here at the beginning too. But it's really nice. It's a nice paperweight. I'm kind of a paper snob, and it's a nice paperweight. Has this really nice spiral binding. This is gonna be great to have your to have all your sketches in one handy spot. And then some information about the Creative Memories virtual crops, which are super fun, and we get new sketches every month, and maybe next year we'll have another sketchbook. So the sketchbook and the cookie cutter are yours free with a $75 order on the website. Now, if you spend a little bit more and you go up to $125, you get both of those, but you also get the Christmas countdown calendar. Now, this is the same countdown calendar that was available last month with the Joy to the World bundle. So it's not a different calendar. I guess they had enough of those left over that they threw those in at the 125 level. Both of these, or all of these gifts, are while supplies last. So, the countdown calendar may run out first, although for me, most people that I've talked to, it's the sketchbook that we want. So that's the birthday gifts from CM. Please, please remember that they end at November the 5th at noon. All right, now we'll talk about the new products which don't end at noon. These are brand new releases for November. And I got to tell you, I live in Alabama. If we get an inch of snow, it like makes the news. But I love this collection. I love this album. It's called Snowbound. And it's just on this beautiful shimmery, let's see if it tells us what color it is. Cobalt shimmer foiled album with these beautiful snowflakes. So somebody's got to help me figure out how I in Alabama can use this album, because I just think it is absolutely beautiful. And those of you guys who actually get snow, if you're going on a snowy vacation, a ski trip, you know, this would be great. The best I can come up with is like if we were to do a Disney trip at Christmas, I can justify about anything for a Disney trip. So this is the Snowbound 12 by 12 album cover. And then we have the designer paper pack. This collection just has one paper pack. We don't have the tone on tone. It just has the one designer paper pack. So always remember about your cover page, which is photo safe, acid free, all those good things. So you can always use this back for whatever you want. But one of the things I love about this is because I do live in Alabama and I don't get a lot of snow pictures, but I'm just a paper junkie. I love that a lot of these designs on the paper don't necessarily have to be for snow. So yeah, this totally looks like blizzard, windswept snow, you know, with the little polka dots. But you know what it also looks like? Water. I think this would be great for beach or pool pictures. Nobody would have to know that this came from a paper pack called Snowbound. Now on the other side, these are little snowflakes, but they almost look like little flowers. I think you get away with these as being flowers. So that's 1 and 2 of this one is the blizzard / water. I mean, it almost looks like little seaweed. I'm totally using this for water. And then the little flower snowflakes. The next one, this I love. These are raindrops. That's what winter is a lot of time for me, is rain. And that's why the South, things shut down in the South when we get snow, because it always starts as rain. And so then there's that icy layer underneath. So if you don't get snow, but you get rain, this is going to be perfect. And then the back is the snowflakes. So if you get snow, you can use the snowflake side. And if you only get rain, you can use the raindrop side. And the color is really pretty. It's just like almost like a hint of teal. I don't know. This is like a birch bark pattern, very versatile. Doesn't have anything to do with snow, just trees, just kind of a neutral. And then the back, this to me almost looks like wallpaper, like for a baby's room. I think this is just very not snowy at all, either one of these. This is kind of winter woods, the birch bark, but this one I think very, very not snow. So if you're watching this, you're like, yeah, I live in South Florida, I don't need any of these. Well, you need the water piece, you need the rain piece, you need the wallpaper one. So hopefully I'm helping you to justify to yourself why you need paper called Snowbound. This is another snowflake pattern, but it's an all over pattern and not all that snowflakey. I mean, I think this could also be almost just like a neutral, you know, just almost like a plaid or a pattern. And then the back are the leaves and the rain again. You know, I love the leaves and the rain. I think that just goes together. And I don't even know what shape these leaves are. I don't know what kind of leaf that is, but I don't need to have snow to use those leaves. So I'm excited about that. Now this one is with the blue trees. I think we associate blue and evergreen trees with Christmas a lot, or snow, because the trees are kind of this green and then it's on this navy background. They're not really green, actually. It's kind of blue. It's looking green on my screen, but it's a kind of a blue on blue, turquoise on blue. And this to me makes me think of like the Blue Ridge Mountain. So you wouldn't have to have snow either for that. You could use this for Blue Ridge Mountains. And then this kind of almost like a sweatery pattern. That could be for anywhere. That could be almost a neutral. So again, it's called Snowbound, but there's not a whole lot of snow, which, you know, is fine, because if you're scrapbooking snow pictures, you don't need paper that has snow on it. But this would go great with any of those things. This is just a little grid Again, not much snow, just kind of a green and blue grid pattern. And then the back is lots of snow. So this is probably one of the snowiest papers in here, but so pretty. This could just be for Christmas or winter, generic, whether or not you get snow. But if you don't get snow, I think every single paper in this pack is one that you could use for, for non-snow. So this is called Snowbound, the Snowbound paper pack. All right, now we're going to get to the stickers. These are much more snow. So if you don't have snow, you may not need the stickers, but we do have some little flowers and those little berries, lots of snowflakes, some trees, heart, more snowflakes, a couple little curly cues. And then the second page is all the titles. Let's Stay In, that works for rain for me, all bundled up. If it gets to, 60 in Alabama, we get bundled up. So a lot of these could work. I don't know. I know some of you that don't think winter's a celebration. That was kind of funny. And I love this one. Everything is better when we are together. That doesn't even have to be seasonal. Frosty mornings and toasty mugs. Snow cute. Love it. And then the border strips, it looks like they're single borders, but these are actually 2. So you get 2 of the blue, 2 of the dark blue, 2 of the green, only one of the snowflakes. And then, I know there's the other snowflake right there. So you get the 2 snowflakes and then these 2 little sweater borders. So 2 of each of all the borders, which is something that I absolutely love. Okay, next we're going to go to the Variety Mat Pack. Again, as always, you get 24 mats. 12 of them are 4x6 and 12 of them are 4.5 by 6.5. So they work great as a mat for a photo or for each other. You can mat the smaller mats on the big one, and I find I'm doing that a lot. So we're just going to flip through these real quick, and you can see kind of what I don't know why I can't do them right. So snow much fun. Sometimes we get like a horizontal and a vertical of the same pattern. This time we didn't. So you have to kind of pick which side you want for some of those, the ones with words. Lots of journal boxes. And these do have snowflakes on them. So this is some trees. This could be even for summer with these trees. This one doesn't seem to have any snow on it. This one does. The Creative Memories home office is in Minnesota and they get lots of snow. So I suppose we can understand why they do all this snowflakey stuff. Oh, that's pretty. That could be, any mountain anywhere that has snow peaks. This one almost is Christmassy. I love that little landscapey look. Another mountain. Snowbound. Seriously, it only takes a couple inches of snow for me to be snowbound, so who knows, I may get my wish. Rainy day fun, definitely get rain. I'll have to make sure to have fun. Frosty moment. Okay, so these are the small ones. That's really Christmassy. And then these are the bigger ones that are more like mat, photo mat or journaling boxes. And sometimes we get 2 that like go together. Like these 2 you could put together, with a picture as a photo mat. I don't know if all of them have it, but snowflakes, journal boxes. A big journal box. That's kind of a cool, it's kind of like that watery. I know they think it's a snow blizzardy, but to me it's watery. The little trees, and you could totally cover this up and put a picture, and it would cover. It's not those journal boxes aren't going to show at all if you wanted to put a picture on there. So we do have some that are very snowflakey. So if you get snow, this is going to be great. If you don't get snow, you can still find ways to use it. Assuming that you just want to buy it all like I do. That's that birch bark again. Some little trees. I mean, this almost, that doesn't look wintry at all. Love the little teal polka dots. The grid, again, with that watery / blizzardy dark blue. So these are a lot the same you get a couple that are very similar. It's like these would go together really nicely. Okay, so those are the variety mats. And then we have the embellishments. So these are layered embellishments. So last month, the Joy to the World embellishments, we got 40. This time you get 15, but they're bigger and they are layered. And they come on these little plastic sheets. So there's 4 plastic sheets. And then you can just see that there's, you know, like this is 3 little layers. They're kind of an odd paper packaging that they're putting these in now, that have kind of this little punch out to just tuck them in. So there's no sticky on the back. But you can see this has the 3, you know, the layered with some little foam dimension in there. So we got some trees, some snowflakes, a little cabin in the woods. That could be a gingerbread house. A wonderful winter it is. It looks like a little hanging, a little wall hanging. Blue flowers. A little burr. Winter fun. A little, like little, this looks like a little scarf. Okay, so those are the embellishments. And then we have a new recipe template that kind of goes along with this collection. It's called Star Flake, because it's kind of a cross between a snowflake and a star. So I think this would totally work as a star. Like if you have a kid that made the honor roll, or a sporting event, you know, a kid getting a trophy, if you're retiring, any of these. This is a symmetrical recipe template. So I showed on another one of my album flip throughs how I took one of the recipe templates that was symmetrical, and I did the whole thing, and then I cut it in half, and I used half of it on the left side of my layout, and then I used the other half on the right side of my double page layout. This would work so easily for that because it's just right down the middle. And so you do get a couple of ideas on here. The blue lines show you some of the choices you can make. You can, of course, cut on every line, but you do not have to. You know, you can do less or whatever works for you. So this is the Star Flake recipe template. All right, it's a very pretty star. And then we have the Border Maker cartridge, which is so cute. It's called the Mirrored Scallops Chain. We also have a mirrored triangles, and that's been one of the most versatile, I think. This is the Mirrored Scallops. It does look a lot like the Diamond Arches border punch, but this is a chain. So it cuts like, it separates when you cut it. And it's just, I think it's going to work for anything. You know, depending on what color, this is going to work great for Christmas, baby, wedding, beach even. I love the scallops. You could totally put this on the edge of a paper and just have the one side as a scallop. I love a little scallop edge on a border. So that's going to work great for that. So the Mirrored Scallops border, and I just punched 2 of them so you can see how cool it looks to have 2 of them next to each other. And then we have a first for CM, and that is a product that was in the secret box. This was in the secret box that we opened in October, and it's a white chalking pen. We have asked for a white pen forever, and CM has really been trying to find us one that would be safe, that would be long lasting, and that won't like dry up after you've just used it once or twice, which is what I have found with other chalking pens. This has 2 sides. It has a fine tip and a wide tip. Well, it's not really wide. It's just a hair bigger, 1 and 1.2. But some of the people who've received this pen in the secret box were really struggling with it because they said, my white pen doesn't work. So I want to show you that you're going to think it doesn't work, but it really does. When it first comes out, it just looks like water. All right. So I just wrote on here and it just looks wet. But as it dries, I'll blow on it a little bit to see if we can speed that along. As it dries, it turns white. So do not think that because it doesn't come out as white ink that it doesn't work. But this is on navy cardstock, and you can see that it works, you know, it works fine. It looks great like white chalk ink. So you do have to kind of pay attention as you're writing, because you do have to look and, you know, watch for this wet design. Let's see. So again, I've written from where you are, you probably can't see anything, but you can see the wet and you can see it drying. And then you can always go over it again if you know, like that heart is looking a little wonky. I could go over it again, or I could fill it in. Now that I can see it, you know, I could have a little bit more of a pattern. But again, it's always going to come out clear, and then it dries white. So we'll come back to this because I don't want you to have to sit and wait for that to dry. All right, so that is the Snowbound collection. We also have a frame punch, a snowflake frame punch that is coming. It is stuck on a boat somewhere. They're expecting it at the end of November. It goes along with this collection. It's not here. As soon as it's here, I will show it to you. If you follow my Facebook page, I will post on my Nicole Scrapbooks Facebook page as soon as it is here. All right, in addition to the birthday presents from CM, the new Snowbound products, we have what CM is calling a cardstock buffet with some caveats. And mostly it is that the paper is a bit lighter weight than our regular cardstock. So the way a cardstock buffet works with CM is that they offer papers that are not part of the regular line. And this time these kind of go with Snowbound, but they're just some really nice neutrals that I think you're going to want whether you do snow or not. So between Monday when this was released and today, which is Wednesday, the Parakeet Shimmer has sold out. This is a paper that actually was released a couple months ago with our Halloween stuff, and for whatever reason they put it in the cardstock buffet and it's gone. So you cannot buy the one-click bundle. You'll have to mix and match from these cardstock colors. But when you purchase any 6 packs of the cardstock, you get one of them for free. And I think it's this one. We'll look at them. I left them in the pack, but I wanted you to be able to see kind of how they look. And I actually want to show you some of the other paper. Before I show you the packs, I want to show you some of our other cardstock colors so that you can see kind of how they compare. Okay, so what I've done is I've pulled some papers from our regular core line. These are existing cardstock colors to compare with the papers here in the cardstock buffet. Before I do that, they're calling it a solid core paper. This paper is not as thick as our other cardstock. The other cardstock is thicker. Some of our cardstock is really thick. It is still, oops, I have to. It is still a nice weight paper, but it's like if you're a card maker, you wouldn't want to probably use this as a card base, but it's really excellent for layering and matting photos and the things that we scrapbookers do. So this paper is called Basalt, which I think is like a rock term. And this is charcoal, the existing charcoal. So this is a little bit more of a bluish gray compared to the charcoal. This one is called Steel. And I mean, it looks it's not metallic, but it almost looks metallic. And it really reminds me of the Platinum Shimmer. Again, it's a little bit more blue. And you can see the Platinum Shimmer does have that shimmer that the Steel doesn't have, but it's a very similar weight to our shimmer papers as opposed to the cardstock. So that one is Steel. And then this next one is called Lichen, which I guess we're using, you know, geology terms. So this is Lichen. Here's the Lichen with the charcoal. Here's it with the Platinum Shimmer. I think I also pulled out the light gray. This is the light gray. So you can kind of see this. It's a little bit darker than the light gray, but not as dark as the charcoal. Hopefully that's helpful. So this is Lichen. And then we have Sequoia, which is this dark green. Now, it's not the same as our current dark green, which is this. So the dark green that we have in the product line is actually a much brighter green than this Sequoia. This Sequoia is more of a grayish green. I actually don't really like these two together at all. But with the other Cardstock Buffet colors, I think it looks really nice. So that's Sequoia. Then we have Camel, which is a brown. So again, here's light gray. So you can see it's a lot more brown than our light gray. This is Hot Fudge. This is our newest brown that just came out. If you don't have any of the Hot Fudge yet, this was the rich brown that we had before. So that's Camel. Really makes this light gray look almost white. And this is I thought this was white, but maybe I pulled another one out. So that is the Camel. And then if you buy all of them, you get, you buy 6 packs of the new colors, you get the Meadow paper for free. And that's the only way to get the Meadow paper. So let me show you again. Oh, I pulled one all the way out. So you have the Basalt. Is it basalt? Basalt? I don't know. It's like a rock word. And then, oops, I put these all up here. The Steel. The Lichen. The Sequoia. The Camel. And the Meadow, which is the one that you get for free. All right, here I'm going to show you my little colored in thing with the white pen, and so I can get that out of the way. All right, so that is the Cardstock Buffet. It's not cardstock. They're calling it a solid core buffet. So that is the Snowbound, the birthday, and they're still calling it a Cardstock Buffet, but it's solid core paper, which means that when you tear it, it's not white in the middle. Like printed paper, a lot of times is white in the middle. This is a solid core paper. And the last thing I want to show you is the I Am Grateful project recipe. If you are on my email list or follow me on in my Facebook group, we are doing a gratitude Facebook group where we're sharing every day something that we're thankful for. And then later on, we can put this project recipe together to, if you want to use this for your gratitude, you know, like a layout or an album. And so it makes 2 layouts. It's kind of like the project recipes we have for Oktoberfest and National Scrapbook Day. So this is one of them, and this is the other one. And as a project recipe, it gives you the cutting guide and it shows you how to cut all the things. I think, truthfully, the reason that this project recipe has been so popular is because it comes with an exclusive recipe template. Isn't this beautiful? I love it, love it, love it with the circles. And you can see that they use it here on this project recipe. So you're going to want, you know, well, it comes with it. When you purchase the project recipe, you get the template with it to be able to do this layout right here. But if you're a recipe template junkie like me, you know, you're going to buy the project recipe just because of the template. You also do get, besides the cutting guide and the assembly instructions, you get 2 sheets of stickers, some words, thankful, and they're not kind of in traditional fall colors, and I kind of like that. I kind of like that they're a little bit brighter and happier, and then some borders. These look like little rivets on jeans to me, but when you get up close, they're just little polka dots, and those are like a solid strip. They're not individual little circles. And then the paper, I actually really like too. So the first one is a cut apart. So with this long thing that you could list all the things you're grateful for, if you can fit it into one line, that's wonderful. And then just some little journal boxes that can be journaling prompts for you if you want. So this could be something, an activity you could do at Thanksgiving even. You could cut these apart, give them to people, let them fill it out, all the people at your Thanksgiving dinner. The back is for people who have lots to say, with the ruled paper. So you get 2 each of these papers. If you do create the project recipe, you will use all of these papers. So ordinarily I would say that you would want to buy multiples of the project recipe. This one comes with the recipe template. So maybe, I don't know, if you have somebody that doesn't want the project recipe but might want the template, I don't know. But you may want more than one of these for that reason. This paper they don't actually use in the project recipe, but I think this is the one that I would want to use the most if I were just trying to do a 2-page layout about the things that I am thankful for. I think that this would be really cute with like each day of the month of November. A lot of us are doing the 30 days of thankfulness or whatever in November, and you could put something in each of these squares for your 30 days. Maybe cut one of these out and put it in a couple of the squares, because you get 32 squares and there's only 30 days in November. Or again, you could give everybody in your group a little piece that fits in here. I've lost my ruler since I used it a minute ago. They're 2.5-inch squares. So, you could have people, you could even have just people sign their names or whatever. So that's the one side of this next paper, my favorite, I think, of the project recipe. Then the back is just a basic grid. And this is what they use in the layout, but I love grid paper for journaling, so that would be good too. And then this last piece is like a little diamond. At first glance, it almost looked like snake skin. Okay, I said last piece. Apparently we get more papers than I thought in this project recipe. In our regular project recipes, I thought we got 6, but this one we get 8. So that's really a good deal. 8 double-sided papers, and the recipe template and the 2 sheets of stickers. So the little diamonds, kind of like a snake skin, and then just a little happy, sunny, mustardy, and then this one almost like a high school notebook or something like that. This would be good if you had a lot of things to journal, if you wanted to journal a little bit and put a picture on here just by itself. And then some little flowers that kind of go with the sticker. All right, so that is the I Am Grateful project recipe. And actually, I don't know how I didn't catch that you get 8 pieces of paper. That is a much better, better value than we get with our regular project recipes for National Scrapbook Day and Craptoberfest. So that's just a cool, I'll do it like this. That's a cool bonus to have all of these papers, plus the stickers, plus the recipe template. I guess we didn't get cardstock in it, and that's why we got 8. Recipe template, you do not get this piece of green paper with it, but I'm going to put that so you can see it. Okay, so the I Am Grateful project recipe, the Cardstock Buffet, the Snowbound collection, and the CM birthday gift. So this I know was a long video. I also know that the new rolling cart has been released, but I'm going to have to do that in a separate video because I can't fit it in this space on my desk. So I'm going to do that as a separate video for you to show off the rolling cart. That I think actually the first shipment sold out already. They have another shipment coming and more coming in a few weeks. So that one's going to be around for a while, but this, I wanted to get this to you as quickly as I could because of the birthday stuff that ends on Friday. So the sketchbook and the cookie cutter. All right. Thank you so much for watching. I appreciate all of you who say such nice things to me about these new product previews. I'm glad that you appreciate them and take time to watch them and find value in that. So I am headed off tomorrow to New Orleans for the Creative Memories incentive trip. This is my first time to earn a trip with Creative Memories. I'm super duper excited. I may be doing my rolling cart video from New Orleans. I have a friend down there. We might be doing it together. Who knows? But stay tuned. I may do a quick little check-in YouTube just from there just to say hello again. So thank you so much. Appreciate your business. Appreciate your likes and comments on my page. And I hope that wherever you are, you know that I am grateful for you. And at this I am thankful season. I've gotten so much satisfaction, affirmation from you guys who watch my channel and who say such nice things to me. So thank you so much and happy scrapbooking.